Lead gen is changing. Not only did LinkedIn just ban all of the scraping from the site, but also obliterated databases like Apollo. But if you want the results, the actual way to do lead gen and outbound has completely changed this year. But the good news is that there's a ridiculously strong lead generation method that's taking over. The best outbound teams and agencies are using it right now, and it's something you probably have not expected. I've personally used this to close over 1 million ARR in less than 12 months for our SaaS business just by following this new lead generation method. So in this video, I'm going to show you what this new lead generation method is and how you can quickly and easily implement this into your existing workflow. There are three major problems with the current way of enriching leads. The first one is that databases have limited info. The average provider finds around 25 to 40% of actually valid contact data for your lead list. So even in a good scenario, 60% are basically lost opportunities. So let's take an example. Here I have a list of close to 400 high quality leads that I want to reach out to convert to paying customers for my business. And to do that, we now want to find their email addresses to directly reach out to them to offer them our services. So we're going to use a tool like hunter.io. This is an email finder, and we're going to see why lead generation is currently so hard. We already created an account, but you can create one completely for free just to test it out yourself. And then we're going to click here on bulks, and we're going to upload our lead list. So we click here on email finder, we're going to click here on new bulk, and then we're just going to drag and drop our file from the Google Sheet directly here and upload it. The problem now is that my target market is very small. So there is only a few people that actually match the criteria that I'm looking for. So I have to find as many emails as possible. And if less than 50% are found, I'm missing out on a big chunk of potential customers. Another big problem we need to discuss in lead generation is the high amount of actually invalid data. Let's take the file that we just enriched with Hunter and click here on download, and we're going to get the valid emails only verified by Hunter. So we're going to use Rion for that, which is pretty solid email verification tool. We already created an account. You can also create an account for free. We can go here to email verification, and we're going to upload the file that we just got back from Hunter. So we're going to click on start verification to see how many of the emails provided by Hunter as valid are actually valid. So as you can see, a rather large amount of the emails that we got provided back by Hunter is actually invalid. So we still had to pay for them, and if we would have used them, it would have been bad for our email reputation. Because in the end, I paid an email finding tool. I also paid the email verification tool, but for a good amount of those emails, I basically paid for nothing. So the third problem now, if you actually want to build very good lead lists with a lot of good data, you need a lot of subscriptions, and you lose also a lot of time building the lists. Because you needed the first email finding tool and the email verification tool, and you're now left with around 60% of not found emails. So you need to find additional email tools so you can find more emails and need to verify them again. This does not only cost a lot of money, but also a lot of time, because you also need to jump between a lot of different tools now, which is very time intensive. The worst thing is that it can happen that different email finding tools find the same invalid email, so you pay over and over again, and in the end, you're left without anything usable. So now here's the exact way how you can find a lot more actually valid emails. And you won't need to buy multiple subscriptions to all of these data providers, and you also do not have to pay for all of the invalid data that you would get otherwise. So what we're going to do now is we're going back to our Google Sheet, put it into a new tool. By finding more actually valid emails, this means that you maximize the amount of potential customers that you can actually find. The best thing is that it allows you to access so-called untouched leads. So these are the leads which your competitors most probably don't have the contact data for, so they don't get outreached often. This means they are easier to reach because they do not get spammed every day, so they are also easier to convert for you. So to maximize the amount of actually valid emails, we're going to a tool called bettercontact.rocks. It's a tool which aggregates every relevant email finder on the market and also mobile phone finder. And what you can do is you can create a completely free account by clicking here on start for free. We already created an account, so we're just going to click here on login. So what we're going to do now is we're going to import the same exact file that we just uploaded to Hunter, and we're going to see how many valid email addresses Better Contact is actually going to find. Better Contact is going to automatically map your columns, but make sure that you double check. So here you have the first name, the last name, the person LinkedIn URL, and the name and the domain. So we're going to start the enrichment now. Better Contact is now requesting up to 20 data providers, so the most relevant email finders on the market, to find as many valid emails as possible, and is already verifying these emails with a tool such as Bouncer to actually make sure that these emails emails are valid. As you can see, not all of the emails have been found either. All of the leads have a valid email. They also do undeliverable emails, so these are not charged for, right? So this has been found by an email provider, but invalidated by the verification tool, and no credit has been charged at all. So we can also look at the workflow. So we can click here on see workflow and see all of the email providers that have been requested, and still no email has been found by them. What also increases the email of valid emails found is that Better Contact is able to do catch-all verification. So where, for example, Hunter says it's risky, Better Contact actually can identify and also validate the catch-all and say if it's safe to send to or not. So what we're going to do now, although the emails already have been verified by a tool similar to Bouncer and Rion, we're going to export them and put them back into Rion, just like we did with the Hunter emails, to see how many valid email actually has been found. So we're going to download it here, and we're going to then straight import it back to the Google Sheet, because we also need to separate the safe catch-alls, because a tool like Rion is not able to say if the catch-all is actually valid or not. So it would just say it's a risky email. So we're going back to Rion now, and we're going to upload this just like we did with the Hunter file. So we're going to click here, choosing the file, and then we're going to select this one and start the verification. As you can see, basically every email is actually valid. So we have 234 valid emails, and on top of that, we also have the catch-all saves, which, as mentioned, Rion is not able to verify, but tools, for example, like catchallverify.com can do it. So these are additional 71 emails. So we have close to 300 emails or even more than that. And this is way more than basically Hunter could find. So now comparing this back with the Hunter results, we have only 108 actually valid emails. So we have 3 times more valid emails. This means 3 times more potential customers for you and leads that you can reach out to. All of this is especially powerful if you have a small market and you need to reach as many leads as possible. Because Better Contact aggregates every relevant email finder on the market, you are assured that every email that can be found will be found. The same goes for cold calling campaigns. Better Contact also aggregates every relevant mobile phone finder on the market. So if you're just using something like Lusher or Zoom Info, you will see that the amount of verified mobile phone numbers will be considerably higher by using Better Contact additionally, or only Better Contact. Now, enriching the leads is the easy part, but how do we actually find the leads with tools like Apollo and LinkedIn getting more restrictive, expensive, and also lose data quality? Well, click here to check out the next video where I'll be walking you through the entire process of building an AI agent. We're able to scrape unlimited leads and then can enrich these with Better Contact, just like how I showed you. This way you can blow out every other business out of the water just because your cold outbound is so good and you have the best data available. See you in the next video.